AT&T fell to a 30-year low, and this could be the perfect opportunity for you to pick up a great dividend stock. Or is it? Let's go ahead and break it down. AT&T, the letter T is their stock symbol, and they have been one of the biggest telecommunications companies in the US for years. Literally for almost 100 years, AT&T has been around in one form or another, and people love this stock because it pays an 8% dividend. There's a problem with that dividend, and we're going to get into that in the video as well. But first, why is this coming up? Why are they even at a 30-year low? That is because yesterday the Wall Street Journal published a story that says that they have underground cables that have lead in them that is dangerous to people and the communities in those areas. That's going to cost AT&T some money to go and fix. Problem here is AT&T doesn't really have the money to go and fix that, and that's obviously going to come out of the stock in one way or another, and here is why. Their free cash flow last year dropped 53%. The stock itself last year dropped more than 20%. If I go back 5 years, the stock is still down 20%. And the issue here is that there are so many investors, especially new investors, that get caught up in the dividend. I call this dividend trap. I've done a video on the dividend trap as well. You definitely want to stay tuned and watch that video as well. But here's the issue. And here's how the math works. Right now, AT&T pays about an 8% dividend. They'll give you $1.11, and the stock right now is $13. 1.11 divided by whatever the share price is today, $13, is going to give you right around 8%. Okay, $13 where the share price is now. What if the stock drops down to 10? What if? What is my dividend percentage now? 1 divided by 10 gives me 10%. I have a 10% dividend. That sounds great, but I lost money because I was investing in the stock. That is the danger of just investing in something just because it pays a dividend and just because it pays a great dividend percentage, also known as a dividend yield. To me, this is a company to avoid, not just because of the fact the stock is falling, but remember that one, dividends aren't guaranteed. There are times, and there have been several instances, GM has done this, Ford has done this, and several others, well, they'll say, look, hey, let's not pay the dividend, let's cut the dividend altogether, or let's cut it in half. Ford recently reinstated their dividend because they had cut it not too long ago. So that is one thing that can hurt the company and hurt you as someone who is looking for a dividend. But also, remember this. That costs the company money. They need to save some money somewhere. And I would also say that where is AT&T supposed to grow? Like, this is, at the end of the day, right, whether you're Tesla or you're Ford or any company, you want the company to grow, put out new stuff, and do new things. Where's AT&T supposed to grow from this point forward? You're already one or two largest carriers in the US. It's Verizon, AT&T, and they flip-flop every now and then. You're not a T-Mobile, where you're a smaller player where you can buy up somebody else and become bigger. The reason why you can't do that is because you're going to run into a monopoly conversation with the FTC and the federal government. That's probably not going to be the route that you can go, because you definitely can't buy Verizon, because that would definitely be a major monopoly situation. You are stuck. You are stuck as a company, and you just have to float around, which is not great for you as an investor, because the last 5 years they weren't stable. They weren't just floating around. They were actually losing money, and this is a continuing trend today, and that is why I'm concerned about it. This is why I think that just because the stock is down, this is not a buying opportunity. I want to be extremely clear here. It is not a buying opportunity now, in my view, and it hasn't been this way for years. If you have been following this channel, you know that in 2019, in 2020, and every year in between, I have never, almost never been a big fan of AT&T. But if you are somebody that wants to invest in dividend stocks, you believe in dividend stocks, and it is something that you want to do, then you want to make sure you check out this video right here.